Hello and welcome back inside the ACU TV or studio for this week's Optimist Newscast. I'm Cindy Varner alongside Carrie Johnston. It is officially homecoming week and students across campus are preparing floats and participating in activities and events. After last year's cancellations because of COVID-19, students across campus are ready to show off their school spirit. Allie Jones has more.
As homecoming weekend grows nearer, the campus is already starting to show Wildcat pride. From many fairs in the campus quad to float prep this weekend, students are gearing up for an eventful week. Gata's homecoming director Jenna Miles says that she is impressed with how student life worked with clubs and organizations across campus to make homecoming week memorable for all students.
I think they did a good job of including everybody and making sure that all the clubs were represented, feeling the love, and I was looking at the alumni calendar they had, and there's a lot of stuff planned. So it's going to be a very busy weekend, but it's going to be a very fun weekend.
One of Jenna's responsibilities is to supervise the Flames as they work on the club float for this weekend's homecoming parade. Like most clubs on campus, Jenna says that their Flame class is working hard to create the best float possible.
Our Flames are doing a great job. They're really hard at work right now, actually, and they're doing a great job.
Another highly anticipated event for this weekend is this year's homecoming musical Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Despite only having public shows this coming Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, many students have been preparing for this show since last spring.
And they've been really hard at work since, I'm pretty sure, last spring, if I'm remembering correctly. But they have rehearsals all this week, every single day.
The forethought and preparation from campus leadership is worth it to freshmen like Grayson Melton. Grayson says that the majority of freshmen never got to experience a proper homecoming in high school, so they are especially excited to have an opportunity to celebrate this year.
Oh man, well there's the homecoming parade. We're all looking forward to that. Can't wait to go show some love to our gobs. They're going to sub-T, and everybody else participating. Can't wait to go watch my boys play.
More information on this week's events can be found on the ACU Alumni Association webpage. For The Optimist, I'm Allie Jones reporting.
The homecoming weekend will begin Friday with the opening performance of the homecoming musical Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat, and will continue Saturday with the annual homecoming parade. The ACU debate team has recently celebrated huge successes in its tournaments. Paige Taylor has more.
The ACU debate team has had recent success in their tournaments. This semester, the team has competed in 2 tournaments, placing first in the most recent sweepstakes tournament for the first time in ACU's history. Sheila Ritchie is an associate college professor in communication and the director of forensics and debate. She says debate has been on ACU's campus for almost 100 years, and it is still something that students are drawn to for many reasons.
When we think about, why are we having those successes? It's because a lot of times that's drawing the interest of students who like public speaking. They enjoy argumentation. They want to be an advocate. Maybe they're going to go to law school or they're going to do public policy. So they already see it as something that will benefit them in the future. So they're drawn to it so they can start practicing that.
There are currently 16 students on the team. One of those students is Elijah B. Dinger, a senior business management major from San Antonio. He says his favorite thing about being on the debate team is all of the different people he gets to meet.
Getting to meet new people and hear their views, even if they're defending views different from their own, which often happens in debate, it's really cool to get to know more people.
Elijah says debate is a great place for students looking to learn how to be an advocate for people.
For people looking to be an advocate for, regardless of which side you believe, be an advocate for people, debate is the best place to be because it helps you see both sides, it helps you learn how to argue, and it really helps your reasoning skills.
For The Optimist, I'm Paige Taylor reporting.
The burden for the affirmative is what we need to.
Up next, Wildcat Volleyball had a busy weekend, and the Optimist sports team has a football season recap leading into this weekend's homecoming game. Here's Carrie Johnston for more.
Thanks, Sydney. ACU Volleyball had 2 games at home this past weekend against UT Rio Grande Valley and Lamar, which they lost and won, respectively. And their 3-2 loss against UT Rio Grande Valley on Thursday, the Vaqueros got out to a quick start in the first set. Then the Wildcats won 2 straight sets, but UGR-TV stormed back and took the game in 5 sets. This game was highlighted by graduate transfer libero Madison Lawler's 30 digs, which was a season high for her. Then on Saturday, the Wildcats took the Lamar Cardinals 3-1 in a game that was in ACU's control with an offense led by redshirt freshman middle blocker Braden Bozier with 12 kills and had a team-high 409 hitting percentage. After the games, head coach Angela Mooney talked about playing in conference so far and the mindset the team has.
Is very familiar. I mean, there's only 2 teams that we haven't played before, and even there's a familiarity between Tarleton and Rio Grande Valley because they're in our region, and we actually have seen them quite a bit, and versus other opponents that we play because they are Texas teams. But I don't think we're seeing any surprises. I think our side is very, very strong, and there's not a night that we have an easy night. And so it's kind of what I spoke to about, it's not getting in the gym and taking a little time off. It's push, 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 and there's not going to be time off till we're in November. And so hopefully that's late November, December, and we can keep pushing. But there's no night off, and it's about being aggressive and physical every single day, and at the end of each day, resting and recovering as much as we can and re-going the next day.
The Wildcats' next game will be on the road in Stephenville against Tarleton. This Saturday, ACU softball faced off against Cisco Community College in an at-home preseason scrimmage. The Wildcats jumped out to an early 3-0 lead in the bottom of the first, capped off with a 2-run blast by catcher Avery Millock. Pitcher Sydney Holman-Manziel kept Cisco at bay, throwing multiple scoreless innings, including striking out the side in the third. The Wildcats tacked onto their lead thanks to RBI singles from first baseman Callie Burris and shortstop Logan Gasper, and finished the game with a 10-0 victory. The next scrimmage will be on Sunday, October 17th at 1 p.m. against Angelo State at Pauley Wells Stadium. It has been an up-and-down season for the football team so far, hosting a 3-3 overall record. The Wildcats started their season with a 56-9 loss to the SMU Mustangs, but bounced back with 3 straight wins over Louisiana College 62-7, UT Permian Basin 34-9, and Lamar 56-0. Since the Lamar win, the Wildcats suffered losses to UCA 42-21 and Eastern Kentucky 30-15. Head coach Adam Dorrell and the Wildcats are looking to bounce back from the losses during homecoming this Saturday against Lamar. The first time the Wildcats and the Cardinals faced off, it was a non-conference matchup. However, this time, it counts towards conference play. The Wildcats are 0-2 in Western Athletic Conference and Atlantic Sun Conference Challenge play so far, with 5 conference matchups left. The homecoming game against Lamar will be at 3 p.m. Saturday on ESPN+. That's all for sports. I'm Carrie Johnston.
And I'm Cindy Varner. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.